What's up, good people? So check this out. Today I'm going to talk about these officers in Memphis. Did they get away or did they not get away? There was actually 5 officers. There were 3 that were in court the other day that got acquitted on state charges. I'll explain that in a little bit more detail in just a second. Stay tuned. Now, I try to keep this brief because sometimes these things get all convoluted. Now, I don't know if the media just likes doing that for clickbait, saying the 3 officers got away with it. Some people may not realize is that there were 5 officers initially. There was one that kicked Tyree Nichols in the head. Another one kicked him. Once they broke it down in detail, the 2 officers did the most egregious acts, pled guilty as state charges. So they're locked up. I mean, they're gone. Then you got the other 3. Now, ever since Derek Chauvin's case, ever since that time, they had federal laws that came down. Those federal laws stated that if an officer is on duty when all the facts are known, then it's his duty to intervene. That's a federal law. So these other officers were found not guilty on state charges because maybe they did, maybe they didn't, use excessive force as far as their particular part. But they do witness excessive force. They have a duty at the federal level to intervene. They fail to do so. So that's why they are convicted, already convicted on federal charges. So no, they did not get away. They did not get away. Sometimes it's better for federal charges. They got the guys that were watching. Before, it would just be the guys that did the most action. If you notice in Derek Chauvin's case, there were other officers that were there. And not all of them got charged the same way. Some of them might have got probation, a little time in there, but nothing like what's happening to these guys. I'll tell you something else about special units. Whenever you see a unit has a special name like Scorpion or Spider Unit, or they put a special name on it, those officers sometimes feel the need to perform. Right? They got to come up with numbers. Now, it's illegal to have a quota, so I can't say they have a quota. They have a reasonable duty, a reasonable expectation of performance. See how that's worded? A reasonable expectation of performance. So they don't say quota, but it's worded that way. You know what I mean? So they have a duty to perform. So sometimes they're over the top. If you ever see a unit, it's named Scorpion, Spider, some shit like that, or you get pulled over by a car and they got all this tactical shit on and they ain't a regular car. Now, all police departments are not like that. Some are very good and know what they're doing, but some are not. Some are not. Some are not regulated the same. Some don't have the same training, same funding. Anyway, I wanted to throw that out there. 3 officers. Let me see if I can find their names. I'll post their names in a minute. There were 2 that pled guilty of state charges. The 3 that were found not guilty were not, didn't do the most egregious acts. So they were acquitted on state charges, but they were already convicted back in October on federal charges. So they're going to pen either way. Federal pen, state pen, whatever. But the ones that did the most egregious acts, they already pled guilty to their best interest. Yeah. 2nd degree murder, which in Texas would be a manslaughter. I think in Tennessee it's a 2nd degree murder equivalent. And I'm going to put something else out there too. There were a lot of rumors about whether or not Tyree Nichols was dating one of the officers' girlfriend, baby mama, or something like that. I don't know. Something like that. There were rumors, something along those lines. If that is true, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy if it is true. I don't like spreading rumors or even repeating them, but unless it's factual or it appears to be part of the a contributing factor in this case. Is it a contributing factor? It may be. It may be. If you notice, Tyree Nichols, when he's pulled over, he was on the phone with his mama. On the phone with his mama. Think about that. And he ran. Yep. Then he ran. Yeah, very important though for people to know. Some of these police are not trained the same way, and had a previous video talking about this can save your life. Put your hands up. Till you put your hands up, there's no question at all. No question. You give them reason to do action, sometimes they go too far. That's a fact. Sometimes they do. That's not all police. Actually, that's a small percentage. But whenever it's publicized, you can even take this example about how the news said they got acquitted. But they don't put acquitted in state charges. It's in there. It's just really small. It's like read the fine print. Acquitted on state charges, found guilty on federal charges. It's not all the officers are found guilty. 3 of the officers are found guilty. Total of 5. 2 have already pled guilty. Gone. They're gone already. The other 3 were there and did less action, so to speak. So they were found guilty on federal charges because they have a duty to intervene when all the facts are known. Or something is so obvious that you should have known or could have known. It's right there in your face. They're doing too much and you didn't do anything. It's a federal law. Anyway, I want to share that with y'all. So no, they did not get away. They didn't get away with it. Nah, they didn't get away with it. The ones that did the kicking and all that, nah, they gone. They pled guilty. Gone. All right. Y'all get in the comments saying what you think. I think all of them should have been in the pen, state and federal. That's just my opinion. Dude's on the ground. They run up, kick him in the face. Come on, man. That's just flat out crazy. But yeah, and there's 5 of them on one guy. Not good. Not good. Not good. Anyway, again, get in the comments. Tell me what you think. Appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe, all that. Peace.
Can you keep a secret? You can? Well, put the phone to your ear. You got it there?